From the Tampa Bay Lightning, we have head coach Jon Cooper.
Oh, I don't even know.
We'll start with the media center.
Hey, John, it's Chris Johnson. I'm just wondering, after another game where you saw them tie it late and you win it in OT, do you think your guys are getting more and more comfortable playing in these type of games that are very close?
Yeah, clearly we're getting used to it. If you want to advance, you have to win these games. It's all there is to it. And it was gutsy. Just the fact that we lost Cooch and we were down to 10 forwards, and I'll tell you, that was a little deflating, obviously, when we gave up the goal. But as we told the guys, it was a block shot, an unfortunate rebound, and a broken stick, or maybe we don't even go to overtime. So we were doing a lot of the right things, but we needed every ounce of our energy to get through that first overtime. Tongues were dragging, and it was tough. And how they managed to play that second overtime, I don't know. I was trying to move different guys around to give a little bit more break to our forwards. But I was noticing they were just as tired as us. And to look back and say we played 14 minutes and 10 seconds of a second overtime and only give up one shot on goal, it was a pretty committed effort by the guys. And, fortunately for us, one went in.
Next question, Eric Erlinson, Lightning Insider.
John, what is the challenge when you have the 10 forwards in the bench and trying to keep guys involved in the game where you've got to basically shift guys around quite a bit, and then you get deeper into an overtime situation and just trying to find enough to keep their energy, to keep them going?
Well, part of the challenge is the match, and it's a lot, I guess, easier when the team you're playing is behind, because more often than not, they're going to be putting out, what lines they're going to be putting out. And overtime's a little bit different. Game's tied. I don't know how they're going to run their bench all the time. So that's probably the biggest challenge. And then it's keeping guys, fresh. Like you really got to have a gauge on, who's gassed and who's not. And pretty much everybody was. But there's some guys that, like, I know he's a defenseman, but Victor Hedman seems to never get tired. And we have a couple forwards up front that have that. And there's some guys that break down faster. So you have to manage their ice time. But it was about just managing our game. And as that overtime went on, I thought we did a really good job of that.
Next question, Joe Smith, The Athletic.
Hey, John. Obviously, Kucherov tried to come back and left. What's the concern level with his injury or any update in that end?
Well, anytime one of your players leaves, there's a concern level. So I can't, Joe, we're really excited we won this series, and I don't have an update, but I will tomorrow. He did come back afterwards and played for a little bit. So obviously we're hopeful, and maybe, I don't know, hopefully we get a little bit of a break here so we can rest our guys, including him.
We'll take a few more questions for Coach. Next question, Kevin McGran, Toronto Star.
Coach, thanks for doing this. Congratulations on the series. I wonder if you could just go back to February and what you thought of those moves to bring in guys to shore up your roster, your Blake Coleman, your Goudreau,
Well, the one thing about our organization, I don't know how others work, but Julian came in, and we sat down with myself and then as a staff and talked about what we needed. And if you want to say the prototypical top six, bottom six forward, we didn't feel like getting top six forwards or pulling in that type of player. That wasn't what we needed. We were looking for some guys that had a little bit of dirt under their nails, and it's oftentimes it's not how many you score, but it's what you keep out of the net. And are you going to be a pain in the ass to the other team? Are you going to be able to wear a team down? And skill does that to a certain extent, but anybody that's been a part of playoffs knows that the game, it's a grind, and you need those type of guys that can fight through that stuff. And we found them, and it's clearly really helped us.
Next question, Diana Neros, Tampa Bay Times.
Jon, just what have you seen from Vasilevsky? Obviously made a ton of big saves tonight, saw a ton of shots, but just throughout the series, as he's played more games, more of his team's games than anyone else at this point.
Well, you need, not only is our team playing well, but our goaltender's playing well. And so it really helps when you're getting contributions from everyone. As for him playing more than anybody else, I mean, get a 5-month break. So I think he actually wants to play more. And I don't know how many games we've played. What's the quick math? How many games have we played? 10, 15 games, over a decent amount of time. He's feeling pretty fresh. He's a young guy. And so we're pretty comfortable, especially when we've been fortunate enough to win 2 series in 5 games, that he's getting ample rest. And just like everybody on our team, it's happened to us last year. Guys want to be on the ice to rewrite a new story, and he's no different. And he's done a heck of a job, that's for sure.
We'll take 2 more questions. Next question, Jay, 95.3.
Coop, I asked you about Mac this morning, and the TV ratings definitely went up tonight. And can you just talk about how well he played? I mean, it didn't even look like he missed a beat out there tonight.
Yeah, it was, again, it's hard to come back when you haven't played. I don't care how good you are, just the timing, the speed. It's a fast game out there. And so it took him a little bit to get that back, but big asset for Mac is his skating. And when you've got that, usually you can catch up pretty quick, and he did.
And our final question, John Romano, Tampa Bay Times.
Jon, you guys have won 8 games in the first 2 rounds, and I think 7, maybe 6 of them have been by 1 goal. Could you just talk about your pride in this team right now, the way they have persevered in all of these close games? A team that had its perseverance questioned last year, I guess.
To be honest, regardless of the score, I'm proud of this team. They've done everything we've asked all year. And I think I said this morning. Every home reporter wants your team and fan wants your team to go 82-0. It hasn't been done yet, and I doubt it's going to be done. But they've made a conscious effort to put themselves in the position they are right now, and all the credit goes to them. They worked at it. They worked at their game. They've worked at their mental mindset. And like I said, you don't know how these games are going to turn out, especially when you get to overtimes, break here, break there. That we feel like we've earned our breaks, but it's because of what those guys have done in there. And like I said, team just begins to coach itself, and it's all because the players and how hard they've worked and what they've been pushing for.
Thank you for your time.